What is up, everybody? Welcome to my voice acting tips video, the long overdue video. I made this video once a while ago and then I didn't like it that much, so I didn't really edit it. And then I recorded it right after I did my first audition. So now at this point it's way out of date because I've done I don't know, 50 plus. So I'm redoing it, as you can tell. Also, I don't know if you can tell, but I have my dog on my lap because she insisted to be on my lap. So if she annoys me, I'll put her down. So yeah, this video might be very long, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna not separate it, but I have 5 tips to voice act, to better your voice acting, or how to start, I guess. So I'm gonna give a super basic quick 5, and then I'm gonna go in depth to each point. It'll make sense once I do it. Keep in mind, I'm not an audio expert. I've just started doing this, I don't know, a couple months ago. I just wanted to share what I know so far. So let's get started. So my first tip that everyone should do when beginning voice acting is to get a good mic. So unfortunately, it's basically required to get a good mic if you want to voice act, because you need really good quality audio. And you're not gonna get that from a headset mic on your Xbox, or just your PC, laptop, or your phone mic. Those aren't good. So you don't have to spend $100 plus to get a microphone. You can get a USB mic. The one I have is a Blue Snowball mic. It is a USB mic. That cost me $60 on Amazon, I'm pretty sure. I'll put it up how much it is. And there are probably better ones, or not better ones, but good enough ones for cheaper. If you look hard enough for it, you just gotta do your research. And yeah, that's all for tip 1, the basics. But I'm gonna leave a little timestamp right here. I put right here, I don't know if you can see it. That's gonna be me going in depth, breaking it down, what kind of mics there are, and then what kind of accessories you need for your mic. So I'm gonna go in depth to that. So just skip right here. But first I'm gonna go and say the other 4 tips real quick, just in case you guys already have a good mic or you don't really care. Okay, so for tip number 2, you're gonna need to use this audio software to record and edit your videos. Unless you're using XLR microphone, of course. I explain that in the in-depth part, or I will. So yeah, the ones I have and use are Audacity and Audition. Audacity is free. Audition is part of the Adobe package. So you're gonna need to buy the whole Adobe package, which is expensive. It's $60 a month, I think. I don't even know, but you get the entire thing, Premiere, Photoshop, Lightroom, all that. So I use Audition when voice acting, because I record the audio and I edit it. I use Audacity when I want to record audio on my gameplays and everything else, because I think it's easier to record on that than it is on Audition. But when I want to edit my audio from anywhere, I put it on Audition. But I know most of you probably can't afford Audition, so get Audacity. I know you can edit audio on Audacity. I've never done it before. Just look it up. That's how I did it for Audition. So yeah, I'd recommend Audacity, if you're starting out. And maybe once you get good enough, you can probably find new ones online for cheaper than Audition. I mean, I know GarageBand you can record audio on if you have a Mac. Or iMovie, I think you can too. I don't know for sure. I don't have a Mac. But yeah, there's plenty of options, but you're gonna probably need one. So yeah, skip to this time, whatever time. I don't know where I'm gonna put my hand. I don't know where I'm gonna put it. Just skip to it if you wanna hear the in-depth to audio software. I go really in-depth. So tip number 3, you need to get a good area to voice act. So what do I mean by that? Anywhere that's not very echoey, or there's not a lot of background noise. Background noise includes fans, AC, just people in general, TV on, music. What I say, my rule, if I can hear it, my mic can hear it. Anything you can hear, your mic will probably pick up. And you don't want any background noise when you record audio. So try very hard to keep your surroundings as quiet as possible. But close all windows too, because you gotta keep the outside out. So imagine if you're watching SpongeBob and someone's saying the line, in the middle of the line, you just hear a car drive by, or you just hear a little quiet sneeze or something, or someone coughing.
You may be an open book, SpongeBob, but I'm a bit more complicated than that. The inner machinations of my mind are an enigma.
That would take you out of the moment. You don't watch SpongeBob or any kind of cartoon at all and just hear a bunch of random noises while people talk. That would be terrible. So yeah, you want that kind of quality. You don't want any background noise. You don't want any echo, anything like that. So try your best to soundproof your room. If you want to know how to soundproof your room, I'm gonna go more in depth, in a little bit. So skip to this time period, and I'll see you then, I guess. I don't know. Okay, so tip number 4. You're probably wondering, Andrew, what's tip number 4? Well, this one's kind of like obvious, but you wouldn't think about it, but it's really important. Tip number 4, learn how to act better. Now, yes, acting is very important in voice acting. It's literally in the name, voice acting. Voice acting and acting are literally the same exact thing. You portray a character, all aspects except for like camera wise, unless you're a video game voice actor, because sometimes they put you in like a, what's it called? CGI suit? I forgot. There's a word for it. I'm gonna hate myself for not remembering what it's called. That's kind of act. Anyways, so if you're in school, try taking voice acting classes, or not voice acting, just acting classes in general. I almost did in college, but now, like I said, if you watch my vlog, I'm in the voice acting class for Casting Call Club. But that's $300, so I don't know if any of you guys have $300 to drop. Yeah, if any way possible, try taking an acting class. If not, then just practice by doing, honestly. Just audition, keep auditioning for stuff until you get better and better. Like, practice in your mirror, make skits like I did. And then, yeah, honestly, if you want me to get more in depth, just skip to this time, and we'll just move on to the next one. Chica. Ladies and gentlemen, Chica has fallen. Thank you for getting up. Come here, Chica. You gotta stick around for the entire video. I'm sorry. Come here. Okay, last tip, finally. So the basics for the last tip, I think it's the most important tip, honestly. That is just to be patient. What do I mean by being patient? Like any job in media or any job in general, you're not gonna get famous in one day. You're not gonna be rich in one day. You gotta work for it. I know that better than anyone because I've had a YouTube channel for 2 years and nobody watches me still. So I'm not famous yet. You just gotta keep at it, keep honing your skills, practice, practice, practice. Keep auditioning for as many roles as you can. You could try out for 100 different roles. You can only get like 10. That's okay. I think it took me like 10 auditions to get one. I've done 50 auditions plus probably. I've only gotten like 5. Like, you're not gonna get every audition, obviously, so keep trying. Don't get discouraged. And one thing also, ask for feedback. Don't be afraid of failure. Don't be afraid of criticism. Ask for feedback. Usually people are really nice. I've never had anyone like give me shit for anything. I did wrong. If you really want to be a voice actor or just anything in any general, just you gotta work for it. You gotta practice. You gotta grind for it. Now I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna go in depth. I don't know if I'm saying that right. I don't know. So I'm gonna start with tip 1 again, the good microphone. So like I said, you're gonna need a good mic to start out with. You don't need to spend like $1 million to get a good one. I got mine for $60. So I have more complicated, boring info for you. So like I said, you gotta get a good mic, but there's really like 2 kinds of mics. So like I mentioned, one is the USB mic, that's what I have. And then there is a XLR mic, which is like the more professional and is better sounding mic. So the problem between the USB, not really problem, but the difference between a USB and the XLR is XLR are usually way more expensive. And also an XLR requires some sort of like mixer or audio recorder. So the USB mic, you just USB, you plug it into your computer and you download a software. But XLR, you need like a, I don't know how to describe it, it's like an audio recorder. There's something called a Zoom, that's like the standard one. I'll show you a picture of it. And XLR cords, they have like 3 little prongs that plug in, but USB is just normal USB. But XLR is a better mic. So you're probably wondering, why is XLR better? So yeah, XLR is what like the professionals use when you start voice acting or even like band recording or just any kind of like audio recording in general. The audio is more crisp on an XLR microphone because the cord goes directly into the audio recorder. Yeah, so there's no like altering to the sound of it. I don't know how to explain it in like super simple terms, and I don't know how to explain it very well. An audio engineer would know better. I'm not one. But a USB mic is plugged into your computer and then it gets into a software. But when you plug it into your computer, the audio has to be turned into like information. It has to turn into bits. So it turns into 1s and 0s and then gets translated into the software. I don't know if that makes sense to you guys. I don't know if it makes sense to me. But yeah, so it has to like alter kind of, and then has to go into a software and then gets translated into the software and then becomes audio, which is why I have softwares. We'll talk about that in a sec. But yeah, so when the audio from the USB gets transferred into the computer, it gets like slightly altered a little bit. So what it does, it causes just a slight little buzz. So let me just explain this picture for you guys real quick. So in the very left is the buzz, but I turned it up a little bit so you guys can see it better. But more like in the middle area, I'll put an arrow on the screen. That's what the buzz would be like. So it's not super big. This is an audio waveform, by the way. This is on Audition. So the buzz won't be like super like loud, but it'll be there. I just boosted it on the left so you guys can get a better visualization of it. So it's not a big thing, but it's still there. Not like a really loud buzz, just a slight little buzz, which can be annoying. But honestly, if you have an editing software, you can just edit it out pretty easily. So USB is not bad, don't get me wrong, USB is not bad, but XLR is better and makes the audio more crisp. So should I buy an XLR microphone? Not exactly. So XLR, like I said, is for professionals. So if you're just starting out, like I kind of am, don't spend hundreds of dollars on a new XLR microphone, and then you gotta spend $100 or so on an audio mixer or audio recorder. Know you want to do this before you spend the big bucks. Just starting out, just buy a USB microphone, buy the Blue Snowball like I have, or you can buy a Yeti, even though I hear Yetis aren't as good as Blue Snowballs. I don't know though, do your research. So once you know you want to go professional with voice acting and just audio in general, then you can start investing into newer microphones, like an XLR microphone. You're also for sure gonna need some certain accessories. For starters, the most important one is definitely a pop filter. If you don't know what a pop filter is, it's basically like a screen you put in front of the microphone. Some microphones have built-in pop filters, like most XLR microphones. Mine did not, but when I bought it on Amazon, it came with the pop filter. Now, a pop filter is like 10 bucks on Amazon, depending on which one you get. It doesn't have to be that super fancy. So what a pop filter does is basically in the name, it just eliminates pops. So what's a pop? So hold up your hand to your mouth and just talk for a little bit, and you can feel the air like touching your skin when you speak. Now say a word like poop. So when you say poop or like boob, you can feel like the P's and B's have more emphasis out of the air. That made no sense. It has more like air shooting out, and you can feel it. So when you do that into your mic, more air gets into it, so the audio starts peaking a little bit. Okay, so I'm gonna do a little pop filter test for you guys. So, poop, poop. This is me taking it off. I hope that makes sense. I'll show you like an example, probably. So yeah, a pop filter eliminates like it takes out the puh. It like diffuses it, so it makes it more even, so it doesn't sound like crap. Because when you don't have the pop filter, it all sounds like crap. And the number one important thing you need is good audio quality in voice acting and just audio in general. Also, depending on the mic you have and like your setup, you're gonna need a mic stand. Mic stands can come from like anywhere from like $20 to $30 on Amazon if you want like not like a cheap one, but like a good enough one. So a mic stand basically, because when you voice act, you want to be standing. So the mic stand just holds the mic and like puts it up to your head. Okay, Chica, you need to stop. She really wants to say hi to everybody. Like I was saying, mic stand. Mic has to reach to your mouth. And yeah, it's basically what a mic stand is. Me personally, I don't have one. I literally just ghetto it. I have a box and I stack it until it gets tall enough. Not the best idea, but it works. My Snowball mic, I don't know if it's even compatible with a mic stand. Okay, so to recap, what I own is a Blue Snowball microphone with a pop filter, came with it. I don't own a mic stand. It's a USB mic and it works perfectly fine for what I need. I've had this mic for 2 years. I use it for my YouTube videos. I use it for everything. So yeah, there are two mics, USB, XLR. USB is a cheaper one. XLR is more expensive. If you're just starting out, USB is perfectly fine. XLR is when you want to be like serious about it. And don't forget that you're gonna need a pop filter and if needed, a mic stand. So if you buy USB with a pop filter, mine costed me $70. If you want an XLR of all the other stuff, it's gonna cost you hundreds of dollars. Mic stand, an extra $30. So yeah, it's all on what you need, your preference. If you want to buy an XLR microphone and you're just beginning, go right ahead. Honestly, if you want to do more research, just look up good microphones. You'll get some good. So let's move on to tip 2. So yeah, so the in-depth, I don't know if I'm saying it right still, to tip 2, the audio and software. So I mentioned Audacity Audition. So here's some pointers when recording audio. First things first is know how to record the audio, obviously. Really simple, especially on Audacity. Just press the big red record button, and that records it. That's all you need to know. Besides, like, the setup for your mic and all that. There's a little button. I'll show you when I edit it. But like, there's a little button that has like microphone, and then like what kind of microphone. Choose that. Also, some things to look out for when recording your audio. Try to keep your audio from going above -4 decibel range, or dB, and you don't want to have your audio peaked. Now, you're probably wondering, what the hell does any of that mean? So, decibels, dB, that's the intensity of sound. The intensity of sound, that's how it's measured. So when making videos, dB should be between -6 and -12 for your primary audio. But for voice acting, I've heard that you should get it between like -3 and -4. And that way, when audio engineers mess with it, they have more room to work with, is what I'm told. I edit my own stuff though, so, and I guess it helps me. I don't know, but yeah. So try to keep it between that range. And then for what a peak is, so when you have the bar, the decibel range, for me in Audacity, it's at the very top. When you speak, you can see the numbers going up and down. I'm leveling out at about -9 and -12, which is perfectly fine. If it goes like super high, it'll go to the very top where 0 is. Anything past 0 is like super hot. Hot means like it's loud. So once you like scream or say something super loud, your audio is gonna go like super high and everything gets cut off and it sounds absolutely terrible. You do not want to at your audio peak. If your audio is peaking, I'd recommend either using a software that like lessens your mic, makes it less, hot, or like stepping back from your microphone. Now, speaking about the softwares, I do have a software which like lowers my mic, like the decibel, like levels it out, I guess. I don't know exactly how it works. I just know it works. So yeah, the program is called Voice Meter. I found it on a YouTube channel I was watching. I don't remember which one it was, but it had the links to everything on it, and it had like a special download package for voice acting. If I find it, I'll link the YouTube video and you can get all the things there. It works really well. I don't remember exactly how I set it up, but just play around with it. So yeah, it also lets you hear your own voice when you speak, which is really good for voice acting. The only problem is there's a slight delay. So you'll say some and it'll take like a second and you'll hear yourself. But I can work around it, so I'm sure you guys can too. Just like keep one ear off and one ear on. But yeah, honestly, I can go on and on about how these softwares work. And if you want, I can do a tutorial on it maybe if you want. But just get on it, play around with it. That's how I learned how to use Audition. Look up some like internet searches, watch some YouTube videos, and just figure it out. Because editing audio is gonna be very, very useful for you. Because, if you sound like crap, you can make it sound better a little bit. On the next tip, I'm going to get into some reasons you want to use editing in your audio. So, yeah, stay tuned for that. Also, to recap, real quick, recap. Get Audacity if you're starting out. Record, edit your audio. Audacity is completely free. I don't know if I mentioned that. And if you want to get Audition, get it. I think it's better than Audacity, but I know some of you guys can't afford that. So, yeah. Okay, so the in-depth thing for number 3. So getting a very good area to voice act. This is one thing I shouldn't really give good advice on because I don't have a very good area whatsoever. Even in this room, you can probably hear me echo on the audio. And most of my vlogs, you can hear me echo because the room I record is not good whatsoever. So what is a good voice acting area? Like I said, where sound doesn't echo a lot, which is probably like everywhere in your house, honestly. Anywhere without background noise, and you're quiet. So you're probably wondering, or probably not, I don't know, but why does your mic echo? What is echo? I'm sure most of you all know what echo is. You just hear yourself, you say some, and then like a couple seconds later, you hear yourself. Not a second, it's like a couple milliseconds, I don't know, depending on where you are. So when you echo, when you speak, there's wavelengths coming out, riding the air, and if it hits something, depending on what the surface is, it'll either like absorb the audio, or it'll bounce back. And when it bounces back, it hits your ears, and that's echo. But for a mic, it bounces back and goes back into the mic, which is also what like reverb is. So say you're at a concert and then they have the speakers behind the microphone. If they speak, the audio comes from the speakers, and then the audio goes back into the mic. And that's what makes that really like loud, like screeching noise. It's because it's an infinite loop of just speaking into the mic, audio coming out of the speakers, and now audio going back into the mic. So that's basically what echo is. but just not that intense. Reverb is like way worse. Hope this is making sense. So how do you fix that? There's a good way to fix it is by getting acoustic panels, but I don't think any of us can afford to make a whole room out of acoustic panels. I've read multiple solutions and heard multiple solutions, such as mounting curtains and like really thick blankets on your wall, because when you speak, the audio needs to be absorbed, so it won't bounce back. So blankets are a good way. Curtains are a good way. I haven't really tested it. I'm going to. That's why I'm in the garage right now. Like I literally hung up a blanket. So yeah, hung up a blanket. I haven't tested it yet, but I'm gonna voice act probably tomorrow. See if it sounds better. I don't know. I'm in the garage too, so it's kind of noisy in here. So we'll see. Second tip, I heard, I don't know if it's true or not, but like put up a bookshelf. Like the more stuff you have on your walls, the more chance it is of absorbing it. One also I read and heard, it's like a really good solution. Stick your mic in your closet. Why would you stick your mic in your closet? And I don't mean like just like if you have a walk-in closet, just put it in the middle. I mean like stick that thing like directly into your clothes. Why would you do that? Because your clothes are really good at absorbing audio. So you're gonna need a mic stand for that probably. I haven't tried it yet because I don't have a mic stand. But yeah, just stick it in the thing, speak, should work fine. I haven't tried it yet. You guys should try it. Let me know if it works. So you're probably wondering now, so what do I do? So honestly, not much. Like in my game room, I try to not like speak towards like a wall directly. Like I try to like aim myself away from to a far wall, so the audio has like longer to travel. I'm looking that way because it's far away from a wall. The closer you are to the wall, the more bounce back you're gonna get. That makes sense, right? The more echo you're gonna get. I hope it does. I'm really bad at explaining things, and I'm sorry. I'm the worst person for this kind of video, but I want to share with you what I know. So then you're probably wondering, so Andrew, you have echo. So how do you eliminate echo? This is where your audio editing software comes in. Remember how I mentioned I'm gonna talk about it? This is when I'm gonna talk about it. So, there's things you can do to lessen the background audio and echo. In Audacity, the free one, I have no idea because I don't edit on Audacity. So I recommend looking that up on YouTube or anything. For me, I use Audition, of course. In Audition, there's multiple ways to do it. I don't wanna get into every single one. But the easiest one, I think if you have the newest version of Audition, you can use D-Reverb, which will like try to eliminate some of the background noise. I don't have the newest edition of Audition, so I don't know. But yeah, if you guys want, I can do the tutorial like I said. I'm gonna show you guys how I edit my voice acting. Let me know if you guys want that. But yeah, to recap, just be in a room with very little background noise and not very echoey if possible. If not, try to soundproof your room with blankets. Put it in your closet, who knows? And if that doesn't work, then get good at audio editing, honestly. So yeah, that's all for tip number 3. Next, I'll get in depth to tip number 4. So getting in depth to tip number 4, acting. So you wanna act, do you? Well, let me tell you. First things first, I am not a professional actor whatsoever. You all know this, you all saw my movie.
Gosh, Libby, you creep. Don't you have anything better to do?
I'm not a great actor, but I feel like I'm better than basic at least. So what are some voice acting tips? Number 1, the most important thing. Write this down. Memorize it. First thing you always gotta do is perfect your normal voice, is what I've heard. So what do I mean by normal voice? This is my normal voice. Perfect acting in it. So as most of you know, most actors can use like different kind of voices, like weird voices. So SpongeBob, his voice actor, Tom Kenny, that's not his normal voice. He sounds very different. SpongeBob is a different voice. Or Mark Hamill with the Joker, that's not his normal voice. He has a little flair to it. Same thing, pretty much every voice actor. But before you can even start trying to act in different voices, you have to perfect your normal voice. Now, I'm a really big hypocrite because I love doing different voices, but you're not going to be able to voice act in different voices if you can't even act in your normal voice. And let me tell you, it's hard to always voice act in different voices. So first things first, learn how to perfect your normal voice. But also, if you don't know how to do different voices or they all sound terrible, it's okay to just perfect your normal voice. You don't need weird voices when voice acting. You can use your normal voice. A really good example of a person who does that, Joe from Family Guy, I forgot what his character's name, or the voice actor's name, Patrick Warburton. Yeah, if you watched Family Guy, he's Joe. If you've seen the B Movie or Emperor's New Groove, he's in those too. And he uses the same voice in every single thing. I've never heard him use a different voice. He always uses his normal voice. And I know it's a normal voice because he was also on those Nationwide commercials. I think it was Nationwide. It was some car rental thing. National car rental, something like that. He always uses his normal voice. You don't have to know how to do weird voices to voice act. Just perfect your normal voice. And once you perfect your normal voice, who knows, you can maybe even learn how to do different voices or accents or anything. So the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna tell you what to expect in a voice acting script. So a good voice acting script should have little notes on the side. Say like what kind of emotion you want. So say I say the word, my script says hello. You can say hello in a lot of different tones. So if I'm like normal, just hello. Or if I'm like super excited, like hi, hello. That sounds cringy, but yeah. And then if you're sad, like hello. Like there's different ways to say everything. And that's why a good script should say what kind of emotion to use in that line. Also, practice your emotions, which is a part of acting, obviously. But that's like wicked important because not being able to act with like your face, you can't act with emotion on your face. You have to act with the voice. So like you have to act. You have to like sound sad when you look sad. You can't look sad. You have to sound. Does that make sense? Like you can't act with your face. You got to use everything through your voice. So when you got to make a character look sad, you got to sound sad. You got to make them sound sad. But scripts should really have that written out. If they don't, try reading the script and like getting the situation of the like the script. So say you're at a funeral, but there's no like notes on your line. You don't know what emotions to use. But if you're in a funeral, I doubt your lines are going to be very exciting. 90% sure they'll be like super sad. Like, oh no, I miss dad. You're not going to be like, woo, I miss dad. You wouldn't do that. So, and if anything, of course, ask your director. Ask him anything. If he's not, sometimes the director will be there with you and he'll guide you on what he wants. But if not, shoot him a message. Ask him what he wants from this line. Another tip I have is don't be afraid to move around when voice acting. Like you don't gotta be static, you don't gotta stand still. You can like move around, that's why I say stand up, because you can do stuff. One really good example of a person who keeps moving around when voice acting, watch behind the scenes of Jack Black doing Kung Fu Panda. Like he is doing like karate moves while like the normal like woo, like those kind of sounds. He's like jumping up, chopping stuff. I don't know, just watch the video.
Yo, 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 yo! Enemies of justice, prepare for the fierce attack of my what? Are you kidding me? Justice! The most important meal of the day.
You don't gotta stand still. Whatever helps you act better. Say your script tells you to act as a guy and he just got off a really long run and he's super winded, and then the director wants you to sound winded. Why not go for a little run, start jogging a little bit, wind yourself out, get yourself nice and tired, so when you speak you already sound tired. Big brain moves. Unless you can already make yourself sound tired, you don't have to. You don't have to do this. You can, whatever makes you act better, do it. And then try everything. Anything that makes you act better, just try it. But really important though, don't make any like unnecessary like noises when you're moving, or like don't try to like don't knock something over. Like you still want to be quiet when you do it. So like don't like slap yourself or something. I don't know. So don't make noise. Don't make unnecessary noise. Try to keep your head still, because if you keep moving, it's gonna sound different. Like try to keep your face towards the mic. Like that's kind of obvious, but like still do it. Yeah, honestly, it's all preference. Whatever makes everything easier for you, just do it. There's no one way to act. There's like a million different trillion ways to do it. Just choose the one that's most comfortable with you. So the recap: learn to act and practice. Like that's all you gotta do. Perfect your normal voice first, and then you can move on to more different voices. Something I gotta do still, and then follow the script. Ask the director questions if you have any, and just whatever you gotta do to make yourself act better, do it. And then let's move on to tip number 5. Honestly, there's not much more I can really say about patience. So I'll just finish off with like a little like Q&A, I guess. So where do I do my voice acting? As you all probably know by now, I go on castingcall.club. That's the website. There's no .com. I've mentioned it before. There's also many websites. There's I wrote it down. Where did I put it? There's voices.com, Voice Bunny, Voice123. I haven't tried any other ones. I've only used Casting Call Club because the first time I used it, I really liked it. And then quick tip on Casting Call Club, whenever I do it, I always sort by the newest. There's a column of like yellow column. There's like yellow, like they're like highlighted yellow. You'll see it once you get on the website. I'll show you a picture probably too. Those are like for the professionals. For Casting Call Club, you can like upgrade to be professional, but you gotta like try out for it. Obviously, I'm not good enough to do that yet. So those are like the actual professionals. So just go by newest. Whenever I do my audition video, which will probably be pretty soon, I'll show you how the website works. Also, if you use Casting Call Club, really important thing is you're probably honestly gonna need to make a Discord. If you don't know what Discord is, it's kind of like a, I guess, social media app where like you message people, mostly for gamers, but everyone apparently uses it on Casting Call Club. I never had one, but I had to make one. Not that hard, honestly. And then learn how to use it. I'm still learning how to use it. I know I sound like a 50-year-old. I sound like a boomer. But yeah, you're gonna need one, honestly. Also, one thing I also do is when I audition for roles, I don't audition and edit my role and upload it. Audition, edit, upload. What I do is I find a bunch of auditions. I record the audio for all of them. And then when I'm done, because I have a limited time frame that I can do stuff, because obviously I don't live by myself, and I always voice act when everyone's gone. So I have a limited time frame to do it. So yeah, I record everything, and then when my time is up or I like feel like I'm done, I go in and I edit every single one, and then I upload them all. It like maximizes my potential auditions, and I can get like 6+ done a day if I'm lucky, and I can usually audition like once a week. And then some auditions take like, with some castings, can take like a month. Usually people will wait the entire month. Sometimes you'll get casted straight away if they really like you. So don't be like discouraged. Like, it's gonna take time. That's why I said be patient. And then also, obviously, most important, just have fun with it. If you're not having fun with voice acting, why are you doing it? And that's pretty much it. I can't think of anything else. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask me in the comment section or follow me on my Instagram, my Snapchat. Yes, I am plugging my social medias right now. Anyways, hope this was helpful to at least like one person. I know it's probably long as hell. My Audacity says it's taking 42 minutes. I'm sorry, but you know, I gotta fill with information for you guys. Anyways, thank you for watching. I'll try to edit this down for you. Hope this is useful. Like I said, thank you guys. I'm saying it like 20 times. I'm sorry. Just end the video already, me. Jesus Christ. Bye.